Ladies and gentlemen, Bungle, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great day. Today we are going over Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter. We're kind of wrapping up here, kind of the big update leaks or previews that the Enlisted developers have been teasing to the community, and wrapping it up. If you kind of haven't watched my first video, it'll be up there in the thumbnail description and everything. You go check it out, talking about the Battle of Moscow and the invasion of Normandy, what's coming with that. But today, our focus is covering the Battle of Tunisia, Battle of Tunisia, and the Battle of Berlin. Got my notes here. What I'm going to do is kind of go over what they're adding, my personal thoughts on it, and we'll go from there. So starting off with the Battle of Tunisia, Battle of Tunisia, level 22, you get the Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1T and the Sniper Carcano M91. Now these are sniper classes that you unlock with a sniper class weapon. Given the recent update with the semi-autos and everything like that, they went and buffed bolt action rifles. So sniper rifles in general are going to be more powerful than what they were before and more accurate as well. My personal opinion for sniper classes and everything like that is that it's a very niche class to play. Really, you're going to have to be kind of away from combat and sniping and engaging enemies and stuff, whereas other classes are more objective focused. Now, moving on, we also get at level 28, the Crusader 3 and the Panzer 3J. Panzer 3J is pretty much a copy-paste from the Battle of Moscow campaign. My personal impressions based on kind of how Battle of Tunisia is going to work with the Crusader 3, with the Grant, as I feel like the Grant is probably going to be more of a threat to the Panzer 3J than the Crusader, just because the Grant cuts that 75mm cannon, which just shreds through the German armor. The Crusader, it's a toss-up if you want to take that versus the A13. My recommendation, my pick, we'll see how the Crusader performs, but generally, in my opinion, you're probably going to just stick with the Grant, and then you're going to have the A13 or maybe the premium one or even the Crusader, depending on how it performs as your backup vehicle, if you take 2 tanks into combat. Now, also, at level 29, we get the BAR M1918A2, which I personally really like this weapon just because it has the ability to do a slow fire rate, as well as have the ability to go auto. And we get the MG34. Both really good machine guns, really good for your machine gun classes. You can go and equip them. Highly recommend using these in your lineup as you go and progress through the Battle of Tunisia campaign. Also, of course, with every update, we have to add premium stuff. And one of it, of course, is adding premium aircraft. And this is a thing, unless it's been out for a year, they've always been adding fighter premium aircraft or very, very weak attacker variants of aircraft, which I mean by very weak is that they don't really have a good payload. For example, look at the P-47 versus, let's say, the BF-110 or whatever that they're going to add in this update. Definitely the armament is way not the same at all. And if you're going to try to use it as attacker, it's just going to, not really perform well at all. If they had like a premium GU-87 and stuff like that, I would consider picking it up and reviewing it. But personally, I stay away from premium fighters just because, in my opinion, it's a waste of an investment and it's very, very situational based. And you're really not going to get that kind of return on investment when, putting money down, putting enlisted coins down for it. Now, another thing they're going to add, and it's going to be interesting, and they did not talk about the weapons. They mentioned them, but they did not talk about how they would perform or show pictures or screenshots. They just showed screenshots of the squad. You get 9 soldiers, premium squad allies. They're going to the Berthier M16 weapon, and I'll have that weapon up here so you can see it. In addition, the Axis, they get the Moschino M91. I don't know why Enlisted really tease kind of, what these weapons are, how they perform and everything like that. They got to just mess with the squads. In addition, a 9 premium squad, soldier squad, is actually a pretty good investment in my opinion. If you look at Battle of Berlin and the Battle of Moscow, having a 9 soldier trooper squad pretty much means guarantees that you can press an objective, and that in any case that you go down, you can easily switch to another, soldier, be good to go, take it out into combat. This is a very, very powerful squad to have that many troopers, and if the gun's really powerful, for example, the UR41M, or if we're looking at the Battle of Berlin with the Lebel, yeah, a really good squad with really good weapons. Highly recommend picking them up. We'll see how it goes. I'll get my review on it as we go, but I'm pretty kind of excited to see kind of how that performs. Now, moving on here for Battle of Berlin. Well, at level 30, you're going to get the Panzerfaust 100. Both sides get this weapons anti-tank launcher. The Panzerfaust, in my opinion, is a very, very good anti-tank weapon in the game. However, I would have liked to see like a Panzerschreck or something like that. In my opinion, I feel like this is kind of a lazy approach by the developers. We're seeing a lot of copy and paste premiums. Panzer 3J, for example, from Battle of Moscow for the Battle of Tunisia. And here we're just seeing a reskin pretty much of a Panzerfaust. Oh, it's a 100, what's really going to be the difference? It has more payload? No, it's just it's going to perform the same way, taking out tanks and everything like that. Personally, I would have liked to see a Panzerfaust because it would have been unique and it would have been cool to kind of have that in that campaign. Now, the big, I think the chase card, you know, you play Magic the Gathering, you play War Thunder, you play World of Tanks or whatever, you know, the flavor of the month, or the chase cards, you're trying to pull your booster packs and get the mythic, is that it's going to be the Tiger E and the IS-1. IS-1, I don't really think anyone's really going to care that much about. But at level 31, for the Germans, you're going to get the Tiger E, and then for the Soviets, you're going to get the IS-1. And honestly, everyone is probably going to go play Battle of Berlin, starting probably right now, as soon as this news was published, to when this gets released, that people are going to be grinding, playing Battle of Berlin because they want to play the Tiger E. And the Tiger E, you know, people can say, oh, Waraboos and, you know, all that. And, you know, the Tiger has been kind of we can widely agree on this, a very popular vehicle from World War II. There are a lot of myths out there, of course, with the Tiger being indestructible, with a bunch of Shermans, you know, trying to charge it and just getting all destroyed, watching the movie Fury and seeing what that happened and all that stuff. Like, yeah, people, there's gonna be a lot of Timmies, a lot of people out there are gonna be like, oh, the Tiger's gonna be powerful. I'm gonna disclaim right now that I personally feel that the Tiger E could be very strong, but we're gonna see how it goes. I'm really hesitant on kind of how it's gonna perform, just because one, Battle of Berlin's very close quarters. If you played a lot, or you've played it with tanks, and you especially are a tanker, you understand what I'm talking about. A lot of destroyed vehicles, a lot of destroyed rubble, very close corners and choke points where you could easily be taken out by demo pack, which is probably the most powerful anti-tank grenade in the game, or you can be taken out by Panzerfaust if your enemy's actually running an anti-tank squad. So just seeing this, the way it's going to perform, especially against like the T-34-85, yes, the 88mm gun on the Tiger E, and the Tiger E, compared to like the Tiger H1 and everything like that, is more of an up-armored version. So it's going to have a little more armor than a regular Tiger H would. But the prime that we're probably going to see here, though, is, like I said, the T-34-85, it has the potential to go penetrate frontally on the Tiger if the Tiger is not angled. So there's going to be a whole addition, right? You're going to see a bunch of players trying to rush down. Probably, I would not be surprised if someone wanted to take their mom's credit card and went and just started, you know, swiping it and just free XPing all the way up to get the Tiger E. You're going to see a lot of kind of like, you're going to be really good players or really bad trying to go. And that's the thing with Berlin's probably going to be really bad right now with a lot of players trying to reach for that Tiger E. So just keep in mind that probably playing with the Soviets is probably the best time to play Berlin. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of people running out there trying to get that Tiger E. And like I said, I would be cautious. I'm just warning everyone. I'm not trying to be a doom and gloom here, but don't believe the myths about the Tiger being the best tank in the war and indestructible and all that. Like, be humble when you take it out, when you get it, and when you unlock it. Play to your best advantage with the terrain and everything like that. And if you get taken out, learn from your mistakes and kind of see what you can do to get better at playing the tank. It's not going to be indestructible, so just keep that in mind. IS-1, on the other hand, it's 85mm gun on the IS platform. IS-1, in my opinion, you know, it's kind of a weaker of the two. I don't even know why they added it, because in my opinion, the IS-1's the frontal armor is kind of really easy to penetrate because it's kind of flat compared to a T-34-85, which is angled. So I feel like the T-34-85 is probably just going to be the one everyone's going to use, just because it's a very powerful, very, 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 very strong tank to use. Now, of course, like all updates, we're going to add premium squads. There's going to be a premium assault squad for the Soviets with the PPD 1944 partisan weapon. Honestly, with my impressions on that, we'll see how it goes when I take it, play it, and all that, and review it. But I feel right now with like the other squads, they have like the PPD 40 SH or whatever, or SZ, which is pretty much a maxed out PPD 40. It's like close quarters variant, like that performs like a Peppa shot, or PPSH 41. That's a very good premium squad. So if you haven't picked it up yet, I would probably pick that one up yet, just because I don't know how this is going to perform. We're going to see from testing and playing and everything, but that squad's very, very powerful. I really like that squad. And then this premium, quote, fighter, and they didn't really say if it's going to be a 9-person squad, 9-soldier squad. They didn't really talk about what it was. It just said it's going to be the Gerhardt 03. The squads, you get 15 rounds, and I don't know if it's going to be a 9-soldier squad, so that's going to be up. We'll see what happens. Probably an engineer squad. I really don't know. It's kind of vague. They just said fighter, so we'll see. I'm going to assume here is probably just a trooper class. But yes, if you reach this point of the video, you know, new viewer, possibly new subscriber, well, I hope today is the day that I earned your subscription. Having you sub and mash that like button does help me with the YouTube algorithm. Returning sub, returning viewers. Let me know what you are most excited about, given that we covered Battle of Berlin, Battle of Tunisia, Battle of Moscow, Invasion Normandy. You know, kind of what are you excited about with this update coming out? You know, another thing too, we have these semi-autos. There's a lot of uproar right now in the community about it. So let me know down below if you kind of want me to cover that and talk about it a little bit. Me personally playing it so far, haven't really done a big scope, coverage on it, but just playing like a Gewehr weapons and everything like that, I don't really notice that much of a difference, even with M1 carbine. But just let me know down below if you feel it's really bad and kind of what weapons I need to look at. I know there's some theories that the FG42 and the AVS, I think 41 or whatever, the weapons weren't adjusted or anything like that, or the M2 carbine. So yeah, just comment down below if you want me to look into that. But personally, like I said, I haven't really noticed that much of a difference, but we'll see. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.